Hello and welcome to Confessions of a Refashionista. I'm Refashionista Sherry and I am here to show you how to live affordably, sustainably. Because what? Being eco-friendly shouldn't cost the earth. So today I am doing something a little bit different, and instead of doing a Refashionista upcycling tutorial, I'm going to be testing out some products for my super sensitive rosacea skin. Now, I have already shared over on my site an entire category dedicated to all of the products and tips and everything else that I have tried over the years for my rosacea and sensitive skin, so I shall link down below for that. I even had lasers, and that was like 60 days, about 60 days of healing, and it was just horrible. I shall link below, but I'll put some pictures here so you can see the before, after, and during, and I mean, it was just horrible, the lasers that I but whatever, I digress and I'm going off on tangents again. So let's cut that. I really have to stop doing that. I'm so sorry. My brain just goes a mile a minute in all directions all the time. Anyway, so I'm sure you have heard of The Ordinary, which is Deciem, right? Deciem.com, and they have the Abnormal Beauty Company. And I was actually kind of surprised to find out that they're Canadian. And I mean, again, living outside of the country for over 2 decades, you just don't know things anymore when you come back. But I had seen a bunch of videos and listened to a podcast all about how great these products were and how affordable they were. And so I was like, okay, let's check it out. And I found out that they really are super, like crazy affordable for these kind of frou-frou-shishi serums and creams and cleansers and all of this. So I thought, I'm going to give it a try. I have to give it a try, right? To see if it's going to work out, because the actual cream that I had been using cost more than everything in this box. So yeah, I think it's time to give this a try, and let's do that. Let's come back, open the box, see what I got, and then go try it, and yeah, let's just get going.
This is Confessions of a Refashionista.
Okay, let's open the box. Oh, some nice little tissue paper that is actually quite adorable. Beauty is being human. And I mean, as with everything, I save everything and use it for packaging my own stuff that I have to send sometimes. Okay, so let's get everything out here that I got and pop that over there. All right. Now, the first thing that I was recommended, because I actually called their 1-800 number and I spoke to a real life person, which was very, very nice. And again, I mean, you never know if these people really are experts or they're just kind of reading from a script, but it's nice to know that if you call the number on their website, you really can talk to an actual human being. And so first I was recommended to try the daily set, which this is so reasonable. It was so cheap, I could not try it. And it's for all skin types. It's super gentle, and yeah, so that's the first thing I got. And I also got the Alpha Arbutin 2%, and this was recommended because one of my concerns that I was asked about was hyperpigmentation. I'm 47, and as we age and sun damage and yada yada, all that stuff, I actually have here, you can't really see it because I have makeup on, but you will in a moment when I show you my bare naked face. But I have some hyperpigmentation going on here, and again, it doesn't really bother me, but it's there, and I think it's noticeable, but again, it's not a huge deal, but why not give this a try? It again was super cheap. I don't actually want to say all of the prices. I will put the website below and link to these products so you can go check out the prices, because again, these are the prices for right now on this day in Canada. It could be more expensive, it could be cheaper in other parts of the world. I'm really not sure. So it's just a safer bet to not actually say the price. You can click and go check it all out for yourself. All right, so this is, as I said, supposed to help with age spots, hyperpigmentation, and just all around, you know, create a more even skin tone. So we'll see. And the last one I got was the 100% organic virgin chia seed oil. And this is actually not just for your skin, it's for your hair too. So I'm kind of excited to try that to see if it's gonna, you know, kind of help with my dry ends a little bit. But this one is, you know, for skin that is quite dry and hair that is quite dry. And so it's supposed to be uber hydrating, which is why I was recommended to try this. And we'll see if it's also going to help with a little bit of redness. I actually do have a prescription that I will mention when I'm doing my nighttime routine, so you guys can, you know, see all the stuff that I currently use, and if I'm going to be replacing all of it with this. I mean, fingers crossed, because what I currently use is quite expensive. Okay, so let's open the daily set here, and we can kind of see what we have. We have the Squalane Cleanser, and this is supposed to be good for just a general cleanser as well as removing makeup. So again, we shall see. And the Ordinary Serum Hyaluronic Acid 2%. Now this one, actually, the description just kills me, so I wrote it down so I could read it to you guys. So this is multi-depth hydration and visible plumping. So again, we will see how this is going to work. And the daily set also includes the natural moisturizing factors and HA, which I'm thinking is here the hyaluronic acid once again. But yeah, I mean, it's all here, all these nice little products in one little set. And like I said, it's very, 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 very reasonably priced. All of this together is cheaper than one cream that I currently use. So awesome, awesome. And yeah, we've unboxed it. Now let's go get the background on my skin and take a look at my problem areas. And just real quick before we get to my face, I want to mention that The Ordinary and Deciem, which, I mean, there's lots of little companies under the Deciem umbrella, they are very, very transparent, which is awesome. There's a whole section on their site called Sustainability. Click on it and it tells you literally every single thing about how their products are manufactured, where, what, when, how, all of this, as well as all of their cruelty-free programs that they use. Of course, they are not tested on animals at all. And also how ethical their employee culture is and all of the benefits that their employees actually have when they work for the company. So I'll link that down below as well, because it really is important and it's really interesting as well just how transparent this company is. They're not only affordable and have what appear to be quite good products, we'll see, but they're also very transparent. So yeah, and again, now on to my face. And here is my totally bare face. Got some rosacea redness happening, some hyperpigmentation, laugh lines, forehead lines, some more laugh lines, more rosacea cheeks, rosacea chin, just, I guess, a little bit of everything. Welcome once again to my little bathroom. We have, of course, been here before with my DIY haircut video, as well as my eco deodorant test and review video, so I'll link those below. But today we are here to, test out these ordinary products and see if they're gonna be acceptable for my super sensitive rosacea skin. And so I thought maybe the easiest way to do this would be to kind of show you my regular routine and the products I use, and then we'll move on to this, and I'll do that now in the morning and shoot another video for my evening routine. So usually all I would do in the morning is, if I didn't already kind of do a good face wipe in the shower, I would just wet a cloth with plain old water and get rid of all the sleepy gunge and all the stuff off my face. And then I would follow that up with my Walida Skin Food, which, I mean, I adore this cream. It is wonderfully thick and rich, which is great for my sensitive, dry, rosacea skin. I've had no reactions to it at all. And really the only reason that I want to try this different product is because I got all of this entire daily set for less than the cost of this one cream. And there's actually more in this than there is in this. Each individual one of these little bottles in here has more than this singular one, and this is more expensive. So we're gonna try this. It has great reviews, and we're gonna see if it's gonna work. So let's get to it. Right now I have absolutely nothing on my face, nothing at all. All I have done is given it a wipe with a warm, soft cloth this morning. So let us get to it. Alrighty, so the Squalane Cleanser is the first up here. And it says to dispense product into hands, rub together to warm the product, allowing it to melt into an oil, massage well into dry face, and rinse with warm water. Okay, super easy. But yeah, let's get the hair up and out of face. Oh, and if you get like holes in your socks, just cut the feet off, and they make really good hair ties once the feet are gone. It's really gentle on your hair, which is great, and holds my thick hair up. So, and it's free, right? So can't do better than that. It's upcycled, it's free, fantastic. All right, so first I'm gonna do what it says and put. Oh, I bet you it has the safety seal, because of course it does. Of course it does. Quality product. All right, let's try that again. I think that's about enough. I mean, usually most of these products you use like a pea-sized drop, so it doesn't say, it just says to dispense product into hands, so there we go. But I don't like to use a lot, especially if it is a new product, and you never know how your skin's gonna react, especially my very sensitive skin. Okay, so it's nice and oily now. All right, I'm just gonna go all over my face. It feels very nice. It just feels like an oil, which is lovely. I'm guessing that's probably enough. You think? I mean, it's morning face, right? There's no makeup or anything. Okay. Oh, it rinses off very easily. Pardon me while I rinse my face. Okay, it actually doesn't have any residue. And it's not hurting my eyes. I did get some in my eyes, and there's no burning or anything. So there's no burning or anything. So that's really good. Feels pretty awesome so far. Pat dry. No stinging, no nothing. So excellent. Okay, next is the serums here, and this is hyaluronic acid 2%. And it says apply a few drops to face AM and PM before creams. And this is something I'm actually really liking about The Ordinary is, I mean, come on, average people like myself, we don't know what all of these acids and all of this other stuff are or how to pronounce them. And the instructions are very clear and very easy to understand, which is fantastic. So, you know, and you feel kind of like a cool little chemist or maybe an evil scientist. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to do a couple drops because, again, I'm not sure how my skin is going to react. So just got, can you see? Just a little bit there. And just on the fingertips. And pat it first. Absolutely no odor, like zero. Zero. I actually think I need more than just 2 drops, so let's put a little bit more. Because my skin is sucking this right in. Probably because it's so dry. All right, that seems to be good. Not super sticky, so that's good. And it's again, soaking into my skin very, very quickly. I guess that is one of the positives of having quite dry skin and rosacea is it just kind of sucks absolutely everything into it. I do also, of course, have my other oil or serum. Sorry, not oil. Well, this one is an oil, this one is a serum. And I think I'm going to save the chia seed oil and just do that at nighttime because I don't want to put too much moisturizing stuff during the day, especially before my makeup. And yeah, so that's what we're going to save that for the evening. But the Alpha Arbutin, I shall put it on right now. And again, all of the serums go on before the cream. Always got to remember that. Apply a few drops to the face in the AM and PM as part of your skincare regimen. Okay, here we go. Again, no odor whatsoever. Let's do a few drops. And I mean, again, I'm not really sure what I'm doing here, but it feels nice, and I feel very refashionista, right? Because usually I'm just with a cloth and my cream, and I'm done. So this is very a very new and interesting experience, you know? I mean, what a great way to give yourself some nice self-care in the morning and again in the evening before bed. This one feels a little bit stickier, but again, it is just sucking in very quickly. So yeah, it's almost, stickiness is almost gone. Sticky? Can you see the sticky? Okay, now we are going to be doing the Natural Moisturizing Factors plus HA. And yeah, it just says apply after the serums as needed for effective surface hydration. Okay. My face is actually feeling a little bit hot and burny. Not a lot, not enough to be alarmed about at this point, but just here around my kind of biggest rosacea area. It's not really getting red though, so that's a positive. I mean, usually if I have a reaction, it is a massive, quick reaction. Yeah, so let's squeeze some cream out, some moisturizing cream, and pop that on. Oh, that's actually thicker than I thought it was going to be. I'm trying to do, you know, how they always say for aging skin to just kind of pat everything in so you're not stretching your face and everything. I mean, again, I stretch my face with my facial expressions anyway. But for me, it's less about the anti-aging, as I've said, and more about, you know, trying to kind of control the redness and everything. And of course, maybe get rid of that bit of hyperpigmentation that I have there on my cheek. But yeah, so far, so good. Feels quite nice, everything. And yeah, let us go about the day. I'm gonna let all of this kind of soak in to my skin for a few minutes and then put my face on and get to work on what I have to do today. And I shall see you in the evening when I do my evening cleansing. And welcome back. It is now just after 8:30 and I am honestly truly dead and headachy, just totally exhausted from a very, very long day of work. And yeah, it is time now to take the makeup off and to get ready for bed. Now, usually what I would do is take my trusty coconut oil and remove my makeup, then rinse with water, wipe with a soft cloth, and put my Metro gel on. And this is my prescription from my doctor for my rosacea. And I put this on the areas where my rosacea kind of flares up, and that is on my cheeks, tiny bit on my chin, and sometimes on my forehead a little bit, but mostly on my cheeks. Then after that, I would put on the Weleda Skin Food. So I'm really not sure what I want to do today. If I want to just try with this squalene cleanser and see if it's going to take off all my makeup, or if it's better to stick with my coconut oil makeup removing and then use the cleanser to kind of get rid of any excess that might remain. So you know what, I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Again, with my sock to put my hair up. Alrighty, and just take some of the coconut oil like so, melt it in my hands, and then wipe it all over my face. And I've been using coconut oil for years and years and years as a makeup remover because it is so gentle on my sensitive skin, and it always takes off mascara, regardless of how, waterproof and sticky it might be. It always gets rid of it nicely. Yeah, and then just gonna wipe all of the coconut oil off. And I mean, you can see it really does take off the makeup. I don't wear loads of makeup anyway, but it does take off the amount of makeup that I do wear, so that's good. Shall I rinse that or let's do a test of this cleanser here and see if it's going to take off the remnants of the oil. All right. Do just like I did in the morning. I can kind of see maybe I have a bit of a reaction. Because there's a couple pustules maybe forming here. I'm not sure yet. That could just be because I'm overtired, and that is another trigger for rosacea, unfortunately, is stress and being exhausted and overtired. So again, though, I think these products are seeming to be okay so far. Okay, and we rinse. Okay, again, my face does feel very clean. So now I'm thinking I should probably put my prescription on just the areas here where I kind of see maybe some reaction happening. Yeah, just to be on the safe side. Let's do the hyaluronic acid, just like we did this morning, and the alpha Arbutin. And there is absolutely no odor or fragrance, which is like the best thing ever for those of us with sensitive skin. Okay, and now the organic virgin chia seed oil, which is supposed to be fantastic for hydration, which I desperately need. And next time I have a shower, I'm also going to run some of this through my hair, and we'll see if it's going to actually be good for that as well as it claims to be. So now before I put the moisturizer on, I'm going to let this kind of soak in a little bit. But, I mean, yeah. My face is a little bit red. I think this is going to take a little bit longer to kind of soak in, but trust me, I will put the moisturizing cream on before I go to bed. And yeah, I'll see you in the morning. So I just finished my morning workout. You can see my rosacea flushing redness here. And yeah, I'm going to jump in the shower, and then I'm going to do the whole skin routine again. And I shall pop in and out and give updates throughout the next few days, maybe a couple weeks, I'm not sure. And then we shall have the big reveal of the results to see if this whole ordinary routine has improved my rosacea redness, my little hyperpigmentation there, and yeah, so see you in the updates. So now I am out of the shower. I have done the routine again, and yeah, you can really see, I mean, nothing at all untoward has happened to my skin. That little bit that I had yesterday because of, headache, stress, overtiredness is pretty much gone thanks to my little dot of prescription there. But yeah, I had absolutely no heat or burning sensation this morning like I did yesterday when I first used the products. And yeah, the, redness and stuff is pretty much gone from my workout. So that's good. I mean, it usually fades, but again, I shall keep doing updates, and we will hopefully see some dramatic results soon. So I just want to pop in real quick and say, my makeup is going on so nice after just one day of using these products. Like I seriously am in shock at how much smoother my skin feels after only one day. So 3 times using the products. And yeah, my bit of foundation that I wear and powder is really nice, and it just so smooth going on, and I am thus far super duper impressed. So I've now been using the products for over 2 weeks, and I really wanted to love all of them. I really did. Unfortunately, after the first few days, I had to stop using the chia seed oil on my face because it was just causing awful rosacea breakouts, and it was making it super dry in this area, which is where my rosacea problem is the worst. And yes, so the other ones though I have continued using, and I'm not super impressed. I'm very sad to say that. I mean, I've just done the whole shebang again this morning, and you can kind of see, yeah, it's my skin is actually a little bit worse from when I started. It is quite patchy red, and it's very sad to me because, as I keep saying, I really did want to love these products. I do really like the squalane cleanser, and it is super duper gentle. I am going to continue using that in the morning as well as in the evening after I use my coconut oil to remove my makeup, because it does get off the little kind of remnants of the oil that's remaining on my face after that. So that's good. The hyaluronic acid, I'm not really sure if that is what is causing this kind of extra redness, these patchy bits here that I have. So I'm going to stop using that for a while and see if that's actually what the problem is. And what else? I can't remember the name of it. But that one, which was for evening out skin tone and getting rid of the hyperpigmentation, I don't really see a big difference on this little spot I have here. But I mean, I will continue to use it because you just never know. And I will post an update if it does, make this little bit here disappear finally. But other than that, if you have any recommendations for good rosacea skincare, please do let me know down below because I am always on the hunt. But as it is, as I said, I will continue to use the squalane cleanser, and the chia seed oil actually is pretty good for putting on the roots of my hair. The ends of my hair, and yeah, getting kind of, fixing the little bits of split ends there. It's not as bad as it was, so I will continue to use up the bottle for my hair as it is meant for skin and hair. Yeah, so I think my routine is definitely going to revert back to what I was using originally. I mean, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So I will be doing the squalane cleanser in the morning and then putting on my Weleda skin food because my skin was just so much nicer with that than it is. And I mean, I can feel right now the dryness here, and I just don't have that with my skin food. So I shall be returning to that. And then in the evening, I'll remove my makeup with the coconut oil, use the squalane cleanser, and then again, apply my rosacea prescription that I have here, and then put on the skin food as well. So yeah. I hope that was kind of helpful. But again, everybody's skin is different, and I am really sad that it didn't work for me. Although the customer service person that I did speak to originally was super duper helpful and did try his best to, I guess, recommend the best products without seeing my skin. So yeah, The Ordinary, I mean, thumbs up for customer service and price point. And if the products work for you, great. If you have any recommendations, please do let me know down below. And as always, head on over to my Confessions of a Refashionista at refashionistasherry.com. I do have an entire section over there devoted to my rosacea skincare journey. And yeah, I'll stick all those links down below for you. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I'll catch ya on the zigzag.